Last week on the race, 13 teams completed a race route inspired by Dublin, Ireland. Sammy and Ashley came in last and they got eliminated. Alla and Christiane came in first place, giving them the ability to U-turn another team. And for the first time this season, they chose to U-turn Mark and Nicole, forcing them to complete both junction tasks on this leg of the race.
Nothing personal.
No.
It's a
of you guys.
It's a double elimination, okay? We just needed a leg up.
This week, the 12 remaining teams will compete in a race route inspired by Dodoma, Tanzania. Dodoma is the capital city of Tanzania. Situated on the east coast of Africa, Tanzania is home to the breathtaking Serengeti National Park and the highest mountain in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. Teams will need to race quickly and carefully as they encounter the new dead-end task and face a double elimination.
Last week we got 9 minutes with a time penalty, of course, but
yes,
we're getting better.
Yes. So it's time for us to get to the top and stay at the top.
I hope we don't have to look for an animal in this race because the complex that you live in, I don't think they allow animals.
We don't allow animals.
We decided to race at a friend's house so we could have a cameraman, and that was a terrible idea. Because I'm pretty sure we destroyed their house and we're not going to be invited back.
I'm the elephant in the group and I'm bringing my cougar.
This is for Taylor. Unlike you, I know we're in Africa, but I gotta do it. You never know on this race.
Getting a lay of the land still, pre-race. I like to know my area that I'm working with.
We're ready to race.
Let's have another good week.
Yeah!
This week we went to Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Africa. 1/8 of my home country.
1/16.
Whatever. You're all white.
For their first task, one team member must join the Serengeti Plains Great Migration. They'll need to transform into a zebra and complete the following 3 tasks.
I didn't actually read what I was supposed to do until I went outside. So I was out on my hands and knees and I was like, okay, neigh, okay, I can neigh. Okay, now put grass in your mouth and chomp on it and spit it out. I was like, ah! And the first thing that came to my mind is like, how many chemicals are on this grass right now?
It's okay, our children eat grass all the time, so they're fine.
They're fine.
My first time on the Serengeti, I realized when I was crossing the sidewalk, I went from all this hard concrete to the soft grass, and man, it's gotta be hard for those zebras in the midst of all the civilization. Or something, I don't know.
We could not find a black marker. Dallas choked. So I ran to the mud and made some zebra stripes.
Oh gosh. Nay. Oh my god. Nay.
Zebras are like my second favorite land animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love zebras. That's what they make.
I'm not doing this. Crawled on the ground like a goddamn animal.
There you go, that's it.
I didn't realize how hard it was to walk across the street on my knees. I was overthinking I was chewing the grass for too long and he was really upset about it.
Hoping that it'll break out in some severe rash, or maybe if you're really hungry you could literally come over and lick my face because it's organic chocolate and barbecue sauce. really glad that there were no cops in the area because I may get, you know, flagged for some kind of odd behavior. It's such a natural thing for me to do. Maybe I was a zebra in another way.
I got to dress up as a zebra, as you can tell.
No, I can't tell. You look stupid.
You look stupid. I had to eat grass and it actually like poked me and like I started choking like last week.
Good.
You're being annoying.
Yeah, she had to turn to a zebra, crawl around the lawn.
Nay! Good morning! You're just in time! I had a full-on gag reflex.
That was the most real gag reflex I've heard in a long time.
Do I look like a zebra?
Yeah.
A junction is a choice between two tasks, and this week teams will need to choose between stumped or dumped. In stumped, one team member must approach a stranger and get them to say the word Tanzania. However, the racer cannot say the word Tanzania themselves. Once they've completed this task, they'll need to convince their new friend to dump water on their head.
So I went out and I hit the streets looking for people I didn't know. And I found these ladies talking outside of a car. And so I just went up and I introduced myself to the one who would potentially be most sympathetic to me.
Can you name a country that rhymes with Planania?
And then she seemed more than willing to like dump the cup of water on my head. But it's really warm out, so it was kind of refreshing.
Went down the street, I chose a task where I had to get somebody to say Tanzania. It took me 3 or 4 clues. He didn't know where Mount Kilimanjaro was. He didn't know what bordered it, and so finally I landed on a clue. What you just
Tanzania?
Thank you, poured on my head. Ah! There you go. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Hey, anytime.
Thank you, anytime. That one took a minute or two longer than what I'd hoped, but we got it done.
I went over to my neighbors knowing full well that one of their kids just finished the social studies aspect of school. So when I went over there, I was just like, it's off the coast of Africa and blah, blah, blah. And the kid was just like, Tanzania. Okay, come on my head.
Okay, so I just found this gentleman coming out of his house, so we're gonna play a little game. And then I realized I had no idea of how to describe Tanzania to anyone. So I started trying to find words that rhymed with. I basically just stuck with tan, yeah, like a tan. And it was hoping that would trigger words, not thinking that not everybody's very good with geography. I don't think I could have guessed that.
Tanzania.
Yes! And then he poured water all over my head. Thank you!
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Tanzania harbors one of Africa's most significant remaining elephant populations, and in dumped, racers will get the chance to transform into an elephant. One team member must make homemade elephant dung and guide it down their leg to fill 1 cup.
So I remember last leg when we were in Dublin, and I was so happy because I didn't get dirty. And then of course I ended up doing the 2 dirty tasks. Face paint, zebra, and mud, all in my pants. Oh, and I could hear my daughter crying. Actually, I couldn't hear my daughter crying, I was zoning that
Okay, this is working so well. Had to borrow Dallas's shorts. So Dallas is in Gitch, I'm wearing his shorts. I'm digging up their garden to put poo down my pants. That was harder than it looked. The poo was not falling in the cup. That was not happening. So took a couple tries of mixing more and more poop, unfortunately. Got it down into the cup.
And then,
that mud, that poo shit coming through his pants.
I physically don't know what to do with my body right now. The inside is, whatever.
It's exfoliating, so thanks, Corey.
Didn't realize there was a video tutorial. Actually pooped in the bucket first. Okay, you guys ready for this?
Just do it.
Our mother had to hose Estelle like animals.
I can barely fit in my own goddamn shower, let alone the 2 of us.
I thought you literally had to poop in something. That's what I thought the task said, so I'm really glad Mark got tasked that.
So I didn't have a nice backyard like some of you rich people. I had to do this in a tub, otherwise the mess would have just been all over the place.
Oh, it's inside my my vagina.
I had to go and get shorts on, and I can only find ugly shorts.
It looked like you shit yourself when
Well,
I ran
it was
by.
called like elephant shit or something. I don't know.
Dirt just all over our floor. Such a messy day for us.
Oh.
In this week's Turnpike, one team member must set up a campsite for their safari. However, all the required campsite items are listed in Swahili. Once they've discovered which items to use, they must build it outside and give us a tour.
I know Swahili like the back of my hand, which is not that great. Maji, or our water, set up right here.
Maji. Yep, that's not. Okay. All right, yeah, okay. My Maji.
We worked very well together on translating. Bear with me. Oh, shh, I misspelled it. Over here is our Hema. I have my Matona Blanchetti.
You guys, Terry's not a camper.
Moto. Get me out of here, Cork.
Fire's burning!
Fire's burning.
I think I cut it.
She almost burned down her house with that fire.
Howie. Moto is hotto.
Moto, as you can see, for roasting marshmallows.
I think we're gonna last tonight. Aspinya.
In this week's cul-de-sac, one team member must determine how many steps it takes to get to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. After they've determined and totaled the numerical value to 4 questions about the race, they'll need to find a set of stairs and start climbing.
Normally that's like a super easy sit on a chair, do a puzzle.
Adding up all the numbers, going through the back history of the challenge.
I had to do 69. Just
No,
kidding.
it's not time for joking.
I saw smile.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Look at this man run. Look at him run. He can do anything.
30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48.
49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54.
61, 62, 63.
67. There we go.
I'm
I'm an idiot. It's 67. At least we didn't get it wrong.
Is that how old you are, Timothy? Jimothy?
Savage.
52, 62, 67. Helen, you gotta run 67 stairs. I don't have the last clue.
67.
566, 67. Woo! Kilimanjaro, baby!
67. Yay. I made it to the top.
64, 65, 66, 67.
A good little cardio workout, you know? But 67 was far too. The number, you should have made it like 100 and something. That would have been much better.
Doing better at all. God, you're so narcissistic.
Jim, I hope you're okay if you had to do the stairs. I can only imagine the aches you'll feel in the morning. I gotta tell you, I'm climbing up that age ladder and I'm nowhere near you, but way to go. 66, 67. Look at the view. It's beautiful. I hate this.
64, 65, 66, 67. Done.
And that is the correct answer, I am sure. What's the total?
Yeah, so I climbed up Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa.
One more.
66 steps to the top. I thought it was gonna be a lot taller, but
And partied on top.
yeah, went to the top, celebrated.
65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 72.
63, 64, 65, 67, 68.
I think from now on, I'm going to be doing cul-de-sacs.
Yes.
Let's just be real.
Or at least double check my work.
Yeah.
These are the stairs. There's 4 stairs there. 4.
65, 66, 66 steps.
Almost puked.
For the first time this season, teams will encounter the dreaded dead end, a task that must be completed by both team members. And for the first dead end of the season, a storm is rolling in over the Serengeti. In this week's dead end, each team member must hit the showers, brave the storm, and cast a vote for the team they want a U-turn next week.
Okay, think of a team. Think of a team. Who do you want out of here?
We choose to U-turn Jan and Andrea because they won last race.
We wanted to just keep it friendly, so we chose somebody who probably nobody else is gonna U-turn.
A storm is coming. A storm is coming. We would like to U-turn Melissa and Leanne.
Yeah.
Leah,
Leah, I love you so much.
And nobody's gonna vote for them, so that's why we voted for them.
We are gonna U-turn Jim and Helen because we don't think anybody will vote for them. We love you too much, which is why we're voting for you.
Perhaps the most difficult one was the shower.
Megan and Amanda! I'm really sorry, but
Yeah.
you guys are way too good.
Helen,
It's
relax.
the cold!
She's yelling at me in the shower. I could not think of another team name. Dandria! I choose Dan and Andrea. So to Dandria, I'm sorry, but not really.
I would like to U-turn Jellin, just because you're too good and everyone loves you.
I would like to U-turn the Jellin team because Jellin, you guys are too good.
That's cutthroat. Yeah, sorry for U-turning you guys. Didn't mean that, but I did.
We choose to U-turn Christiana and Ala because I did 17,000 tasks on this leg because of them.
That was a tough leg. Let's see if you can come out the other end.
I'm gonna vote to U-turn Jellin this leg because they're old and they got way too many fans and I just can't compete with that.
The team I want to U-turn on the next leg is Jacqueline and Lucas. Just bad blood from the last one.
Dan and Andrew because they already won this race. No, I want to U-turn Dan and Andrew because they already won this race.
And I was gonna go grocery shopping from here, and now I'm not.
You're not?
Not like this. My pants are all wet. We got stuff to do.
The team I would like to U-turn is Megan and Amanda.
David and Anthony, because they are U-turning them because they started this whole thing. I'm David, I'm Anthony. We're not going to U-turn anyone. Now no one's going to.
Well, that does it. With the storm passed and all the votes in, Dan and Andrea have been U-turned next week, forcing them to complete both junction tasks. But that's it for this week in Tanzania. Let's check in with the racers and see how they think they did.
On this week's episode, I crawled on the ground like a goddamn animal and Kelly shit in a bucket.
I will actually be shocked if we're still in this race.
This week was a challenge. I hope that we're still racing next week. I do not think that we had a good time.
This is our redemption. We're getting first.
I know that David and Anthony are probably going to do amazing because they seem to always get quick race routes, and I'm super choked that they U-turn themselves because now they're a team I want to U-turn.
Here we go. Top 3 this week. And hopefully we can share it with Jellin.
Toughest leg so far. You know what? If we don't make it, we gave it everything we had.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't make a mistake. People are making a lot of mistakes.
I actually I don't get why you're laughing.
We sucked, but what are you gonna do?
I don't know, but I don't know why you're laughing. You should be annoyed.
I am annoyed, but I have to still smile.
Tanzania, hey? What a time. Wow, I just feel like the culture I've gained, the knowledge I've learned, wow.
After all that monkeying around, let's get to the results. For the second time in a row, Christiane and Ella had the fastest racer time of the week, finishing this leg in first place. Megan and Amanda and Dan and Andrea had the slowest times of the week and were eliminated from the race. With Dan and Andrea now out of the race, Jim and Helen received the next highest amount of U-turn votes, forcing them to be U-turned on the next leg of the race. Can Jellin overcome being U-turned? And will Leah and Melissa ever stop fighting?
Well, you said I should try to have more fun.
Yeah,
so I'm
you
trying to have
should.
more fun.
So I'm allowed to have my moment.
Find out next week as the 10 remaining teams head to Rome, Italy.
I legit needed to poop, and I was ready to poop in a cup to win this thing. Who else?
Let me just air out my vagina. I mean, my gross.
We might as well go shower together, save water.
Oh my god, we should have U-turned those 2 other girls.
What other girls? Oh, the alcoholic.
And thanks, Sarah, for the shout out to Lucas about not being able to chug water. I think he feels like he's in good company.
This is my support system because that was emotionally exhausting.
No kidding.
I'm also a zebra, so it's my companion.
What else did you do?
That's all I did. I know, it doesn't
So
look
I
like
did
I did a lot.
everything,
Yes,
and all
I
you did was
did.
mess up. Just kidding. I'm joking. That was the wrong thing to say.
Oh my gosh.
Is that gonna come off?
Oh yeah. But actually, who knows?
I'm honestly calling my AJ. Or yeah, fine, whatever.
Surprised she hasn't asked for a new partner yet.
I can't.
She's stuck with me
Yeah.
for the rest of her life.
Just kidding.